Hey everybody, Jeff Reinhart here with you, LMP and Lancaster Online. Welcome into another edition of the LL League Football Podcast. It's the Huddle, sponsored by Auto House of Lancaster, and we are in week 14, Thanksgiving week. Weather is turning. Winter sports are starting in a week, and there are still five LL League football teams still playing in 4 playoff games this weekend. All on Black Friday night, 3 district championships and 1 state playoff game. PIAA is already in states, and Wyomissing is in that bracket. Manheim Township, Ephrata, Cocalico, Manheim Central are playing in District 3 championship games, including a whopper for the northeast corridor of Lancaster County, Ephrata against Cocalico on Friday night. Should be a blast. I'll touch more on that game and all the games here in a sec. Winding down here a little bit, and now we start the holiday season with Thanksgiving, so a lot going on. We're trying to post everything a little early this week, give you a couple extra days on the page to check out our previews, and we will be out at all the games on Friday night. We have them all covered, and we got 4 really good matchups here. As mentioned, 4 games, 5 LLs, 1 LL versus LL showdown, which should be a lot of fun. Nuggets and picks. Ready? Here we go. Week 14, District 3 and PIAA playoffs. You lose this week, you go home, and you report directly to winter sports practice on Monday. First up, 6A, District 3 championship. It's a rematch. You will hear the word rematch quite a lot here in all 4 of these games. Harrisburg Cougars at Manheim Township. Oh my. Rematch of last year. Same thing last year. Township won in the regular season, went to Harrisburg, beat the Cougars, played again in the district final. Harrisburg won big, 44-6. This year, same thing. Non-league, Harrisburg came to Neffsville this year. Township won big, 38-6 back in week 3. Now we get the rematch again in Neffsville. Harrisburg's won the last 2 District 3 titles. 6A, Township's going for its 2nd. They won it in 2017 and reached the final last year. Got to see Township Cumberland Valley last week. That was a ton of fun. Township's offense revved up. There they go. Double flea flicker. Johnson to Haberbosch touchdown. Landon Kennel had a couple of touchdown catches. And Hayden Johnson became the school's all-time leading passer. Leapfrogged Pat Bostic. You remember him. Went on to play at Pitt. Great dude. And Johnson's now 4th in LL League passing yards history on the chart. 7,300 plus. The 3 guys ahead of him, Kyle Smith, Evan Simon, Bear Shank, all went 8,000 plus. So Johnson needs 600 plus to get to 8,000. That's going to be a couple of more games probably. We'll see how that goes. And he's up to 47 touchdown passes with no picks, which is still a jaw-dropping stat this year. Wow. Must do for Township. Keep an eye on quarterback Sean Lee from Harrisburg. Unbelievable season. 1,000-yard rush, 1,000-yard pass. He's a blue chip DB kid. He's excellent. Harrisburg's defensive stats are pretty scary if you take a look. They get in the backfield. They have sacks. They have QB hurries. They have tackles for losses. A lot of them. Completely different team this time around. Harrisburg, way different animal than week 3. That was that weird weekend with the lightning rain Friday night, Saturday, picking up where you left off games. And it just was not your usual Harrisburg team that Saturday. Township took them out of it early. 1 going away. I have Manheim Township circled, and I'll tell you what I wrote. You'll probably see this somewhere online or in print. Townships come way too far, put in too much time, did too much extra work, and has had way too much success and just a lot of fun doing it to stop now. Already beat Harrisburg once, Different Harrisburg team this time around. I get it. Township's at home. They're motivated. They're playing great. And they can see the finish line. So I'm going to go Streaks here. I think it's a way closer game than 38-6 back in week 3. Harrisburg's going to come to play and try to make it 3 titles in a row. But I think Township wins another one here. I will go Streaks over Cougars. Enjoy that one. 5A District 3 Championship. Oh, my. Oh, Ephrata at Cocalico. These guys scrimmaged back in August. This was the first live clock running game back in August. Ephrata hosted Cocalico, I think, at the War. This game will be at Cocalico. I wish I could help you folks, but I can't. I have nothing to do with ticket sales. I have nothing to do with standing room only or how many people can be in the stadium, or I know it stinks to have to get your tickets online and not everybody knows how to do that, but I have nothing to do with it. I'm sorry. I can't make them play the game somewhere else. I can't get some extra tickets for you. Sorry. It is what it is. Cocalico's the 3 seed. They earned the home game. They're not going to give up a home game. And the PIAA switched to online ticketing this year. That's how they're doing it. Sorry. I hope you got tickets. I hope you get into this game. If you didn't, it is on local TV on that end of the county. And we'll be there covering it and having constant updates. So, Mounts, Eagles. Great year for Ephrata. Here they are, 3 playoff wins, 12 wins. They've been unbelievable. Got a home game in the semis last week and axed Hershey 47-7. They're playing great. Tons of mo, playing with house money, having the season of all seasons in Ephrata. Good for those guys. Unbelievable. Cocalico also playing well, 11 wins in a row. Flushed that Warwick game 2 months ago. They've been playing great. Beat Cedar Cliff in the semifinals last week. Hearing that Cocalico is healthier, going to have some kids back. Steffi's missed some time. Loudslogger's missed some time. Bryce Nash has been back in. Hearing, knock on glass, the Cocalico could have a full roster here for this game, which would be nice. Eagles, defending champs in this bracket, looking for back-to-back titles, looking for their 3rd district championship in 5 years. That's pretty good. Cocalico is here. No doubt. I have Cocalico circled. Can Ephrata win the game? Heck yeah. Absolutely they can. With the mo they have and the players that they have, no doubt. I have Cocalico circled for a couple of reasons. They're at home. It's on grass. They can defend. They can hog the ball with that veer, take 5, 6, 7 minutes off the clock, try not to turn it over, and finish. I think this is a great game. Again, it's awesome for the northeast corridor of the county. It's going to be packed. It's going to be a ton of fun. I'm going to go Cocalico over Ephrata, and we are going to double dip this game. I will be there, and Jason Garente will be there. We're going to get a couple stories Friday night, because this is just such a colossal matchup between 2 schools that are 4 miles apart. Enjoy, and I hope the ticket situation works itself out. Have fun on Friday. Enjoy the kids. It's about them. 4A championship rematch. Manheim Central at Bishop McDevitt. Friday night in Harrisburg. Oh, my. The 2 most successful, winningest teams in District 3 playoff history. Barons have 18 titles. McDevitt has 16 titles. They're going for 3 in a row here. They beat Manheim last year 40-0. First time Central was shut out in 11 years. Gut hunch? I don't think Central's going to get shut out this time around. Different Barons team. Nothing against the Barons team last year. These guys are just all cylinders here offensively. Bryson Armold rushed for 367 yards and 6 touchdowns last week against Twin Valley. Zach Hahn's been awesome, 2,800 passing yards, 39 touchdown passes. He went over 5,000 career yards last week. Aaron Enterline, both ways, wideout and DB's been amazing. 72 catches, 25 for touchdowns. Central's offense has been great. McDevitt, also great. 440 yards and 48 points a game. Stone Saunders, we talked about him last week, going into the LS game. 3,100 passing yards and 52 touchdowns. Wow. Very draw-dropping. Rico Scott, the Alabama commit. Chase Reagan, been great at wideout. McDevitt, they've won 25 games in a row. State champs. Looking for 3 district titles in a row. They're at home. I have McDevitt circled for those reasons. But this isn't going to be 40-0 like last year. Central's going to put points on the board and be in this. Leaning McDevitt, as mentioned, but I think the Barons make this a much closer game. And can they pull it off? Sure, absolutely they can. They have the offensive weaponry to do so, but so does McDevitt. Could be a shootout game. We shall see. I'll go Crusaders over Barons, but I think that's a whopper game and should be a ton of fun. Okay, that's it for the District 3 games. One PIAA bracket game. Wyomissing, the District 3 3A champ for the 5th year in a row. They took care of West Perry last week, 42-14, and it wasn't even that close. Might have been 35-0, I think, before West Perry scored in the second half. Anyway, YO wins again. They're going to take on Danville, the Ironmen, out of District 4. They won their 4th straight district championship in a row, so they're also playing great. I believe they're 24-2 in their last 26 games. That's really good. And Danville's got some crooked numbers. Madden Patrick, the quarterback, 3,067 yards, 46 touchdowns. We've been talking a lot this year about Landon Kennel and Aaron Ennerline. They have 25 touchdown catches apiece. Aaron Johnson from Danville, 27 touchdown catches for the Ironmen. That ties the PIAA record. Kevin Goulias from Allentown Central Catholic, several years back, had 27. So Mr. Johnson has tied that record. So we'll see if he can get 28 here on Friday and set the new PIAA record. Oh, by the way, this game will be at Shirk Stadium at Albright in Reading, neutral site. I guess you got to have certain standards for a state game. They like to play them on turf. I guess preferably Friday night lights or whatever. So YO, of course, plays grass field Saturday games, no lights. So YO is the host. They're the home team on the scoreboard. They'll play in county. It'll be in Berks. It'll be at Shirk Stadium, which is a really cool facility. It's where Reading plays, if you're not familiar. Great facility there, right there in Reading. So I have Danville circled. This is the 3rd time that these two are going to play since 2020. YO won the first 2, won the first one comfortably, won last year 21-19. It was Danville's first loss last season. So the Ironmen have the revenge/payback factor, turf game with a bunch of really good wideouts, including this Aaron Johnson kid with the 27 touchdowns. This will be the gut hunch pick of the week. Obviously, love what YO has done. Another district championship. Peaking at the right time. Since the Cocalico loss, they've just gotten better. Their defense has gotten better. Number 1 in the league, actually, in total Team D. And they haven't given up many passing yards, and Danville likes to pass, but I have the Ironmen circled. Total gut hunch, which means YO will probably win like 35-6. But for pick purposes, I'll go Danville on Friday night. Okay, 4 games, 5 teams, winners. I'll go Manheim Township. I think they finished the job. I'll go Cocalico over Ephrata. Enjoy the heck out of that. It should be a bananas atmosphere on Friday in Denver. I'll go McDevitt over Central, but I think Central really makes this a game. Could be a shootout. And I'm going to go Danville over YO in the gut hunch. Nothing, I guess, would surprise me in that game, but I really like what the Ironmen have done here. Their offensive numbers are frightening. Okay, Friday night, myself and Jason Garente will be at Ephrata at Cocalico. We'll get you 2 stories. We're covering all 4 games. Obviously, stay tuned for the video show this week. Tyler and I made 2 stops. We went to Ephrata and Cocalico to see how both teams are prepping for this game and just how much fun this is to play your backyard rival, neighbor, guys that you've grown up with and just from being in that neck of the woods. So take a look for that for Cocalico and Ephrata interviews. Keep it on Lancaster Online for everything this week. Tons of previews, all the usual stuff. Friday night we'll have coverage from all 4 games. I know we're going to have at least one team playing in states. Ephrata or Cocalico is going to win in advance. So at least one team is going to play on the first weekend of basketball season next week. And I don't even want to think about that. We'll see who else, if anyone, joins that winner. Should be great. So we will have another football podcast next week, previewing at least one game, Ephrata or Cocalico. We'll see who gets through and who joins them, if anyone. Okay, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Enjoy the turkey bird, and keep checking in for all of our coverage and stories and photos and videos and everything on Lancaster Online. I will catch you next week. Thanks for tuning in.